What is up, guys? You're inside of not a tower defense simulator, but a tower defense simulator tier list once again, and we're actually here to not make a new tier list, but we're going to go over an old tier list that I did. So, one of the first tier lists I did on the game was my tower tier list. Now, since there's been a bunch of changes to towers, we're gonna make another one. So, yeah, we're just gonna start right now. So first off, we have Scout. Scout, it's the starter tower. It's basic. It's not bad. It's not good. You never really use it after you get anything else. So I'm gonna have to put it in low D. So yeah, Hunter, same situation. It's not a starting tower, so it's arguably more useless, but it does detect flying, so it has one use over Scout, I guess. So we'll put it also D, but above Scout. Soldier is just a better Scout, let's be honest here. After you get, like, again, any other tower, it's really not worth anything. So, we're just gonna put it above Hunter. And then, we have Minigunner. Minigunner is going to be your main DPS for when you start out the game. It's not bad. It's not good. It goes in a solid high C, I'd say. Now we have Shotgunner. Shotgunner is kind of just bland. It's just there. It doesn't really do anything special. It just has a shotgun and it shoots things. I'm gonna have to put it probably behind Minigunner because it's really effective, but there's almost no times when you'd really need it. Militant is basically just a cheaper but low damage minigun. So we're gonna put it ahead of Shotgunner because it's good. Demo Man, with the new changes, honestly, Demo is actually above Minigunner. I'm not gonna lie. It's really effective at killing spam. So yeah, put it low B actually. I want to be generous. Paintballer, there's really no point of using it. It's just a demo but worse. So there's really no reason to buy it. So F tier. Melbase, it's not bad. It's pretty good for early game, not gonna lie. Late game though it kinda struggles. I'll say B behind Demo. Now we have Ace Pilot, arguably the best starter tower, or arguably the best beginner tower. So that scores at high points already. It does a massive amount of DPS, and it has bombs. So it detects lead, it detects hiddens, and it even gives towers hidden detection. The only downside is that it doesn't attack enemies 24/7, and instead just kind of spirals around the air, attacking whenever they're in range. So we'll say high B tier, I guess. Next we have Pyromancer. Pyro is really not that bad, but it's another one of those towers that you just really never need. So I'm gonna have to say probably behind Shotgunner. Freezer, it used to be amazing. It's F now. There's no more ability, so it's just bad. Commander, obviously S tier. DJ, obviously S tier. Medic, we'll say A tier. It's really effective at what it does. It's if you were to choose, if you had to get 2 out of 3 of the support towers that we've put in just now, you'd basically always just choose Commander and DJ, because Medic, it's not always needed, but it's nice to have. Farm, overrated, but we'll go low S, I guess. Electroshocker, it's a fun tower to use, but it's really not that good. It has such a low placement limit that you just can't use it for its max potential. So we're gonna have to say high B with this one. Next we have Engineer, obviously S tier. Accelerator, obviously S tier. Sniper, terrible. I wouldn't say F tier terrible, but definitely below Scout. It has a good range, but it barely does damage, and it barely fires. So yeah, Ranger, better sniper, A tier, front of A tier. With the recent changes, it's actually really good now. Cook Boss, it's really not that good, but it's I'd say we'll say above Demo. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Turret could be amazing, but there's a placement limit, so we're gonna have to go low A tier with this one. Mortar could be amazing, but the scatter bombs just like never hit. So it's not S tier worthy, but it's definitely like A tier. We'll say above turret. Now we have Pursuit. Uh, Pursuit suffers the same problem that Accelerator does, where it just keeps not targeting the right enemy. So because of that, we're gonna have to say B tier. We'll say high B tier. It's really effective at what it's meant to do, but for such a cost, and you have to also be level 100 to use it. You would kind of expect to get more out of it, but you really don't. Now we have Rocketeer. Rocketeer with the recent changes is really good. It's not S tier worthy, but once again we'll say below turret, just barely though. Cowboy, Cowboy will say above turret. It's really good for making money, but besides that, it's really not too good. Warden, it's there. It's a melee tower. It stuns. Basically Sledger, but worse. Sledger, but single target. Though it can deflect stuns, but it's you never really need that because the only time that stuns occur are when enemies that you can't stun spawn. So by the time that the stun shield is actually worth something, you can't stun the enemy. So it's kind of just useless. So I'm gonna have to say, controversial opinion here, I'm gonna have to say probably below Minigunner, honestly. It's really not that worth it. Now we have Golden Soldier. Honestly, one of the best starters in the game as of currently. We're gonna have to say top A tier. It's just really good. Crook Boss, it's not bad. We'll say low A tier. Actually we'll say ahead of Rocket. Gold Crook Boss, it's really good. The spawns are much better, but it's again one of those towers that you don't really need in your loadout. Like hear me out. It's good for clearing out like the hidden bosses, but it's really not a necessity in every game. Golden Pyromancer, same thing. It's amazing at clearing out spam in the early waves. It melts defense, but after that, you really don't need it anymore. Golden Minigunner, straight to S tier. It is so amazing. It's simply just good. It basically, whenever you have an engineer or accelerator at max placement, you just spam down max golden minigunners, and yeah, that's basically the game. Golden Scout, it used to be S tier, but now I'd say Golden Soldier's a little bit better. So we're gonna have to put it probably below Medic. Honestly, it's still viable. It's just that Golden Soldier's a bit better, honestly. Now we have Golden Cowboy, one of the best towers in the game. I'm gonna say ahead of Farm, actually. We should probably reorganize this. Accelerator is currently ahead of Engineer. Honestly, Golden Cowboy ahead of Farm. It's amazing for early game. It can carry you to about wave 30 if you use it correctly, and in the process, you'll get a bunch of money from it, so it's amazing. Gladiator, again, just like Golden Scout, the mighty have fallen. It's still a good choice, but it's really not as good anymore. So we're gonna have to say probably above Medic. It's actually we'll say above Ranger. Will be nice. It's just not the most useful tower ever anymore. I usually just use Golden Cowboy in its place now. So that way not only do I have early game, but I also don't need farm. So yeah. Commando, it used to be good at launch, and then it got nerfed to the ground. It's just not good, and it hasn't been for a while. I mean, like, it detects lead with the missiles, but the missiles are fired, like, every 5 years, so it's never really worth it. Slasher, arguably just a way worse Gladiator, except it can also throw knives, but, like, throwing the 3 knives is pointless, because most of the time, only the middle knife will hit things. So, It's rather pointless. Archer got a buff. It still kind of sucks, but we'll say ahead of Warden at the least. It's just still not that good. Frost Blaster, just like Commando, used to be one of the best towers in the game at launch, and now it just is not good. So we're gonna have to say high D tier. I love it, but it's just not good. Swarmer, it would be S tier because it has one of the best DPSs in the game. But the problem that I have with it is that you have to keep spamming the ability over and over again for it to actually be worth something. Now with the ability hotkey update, it is a little bit easier to do that, but it's still just super annoying to be spamming the ability button 24/7. So we'll say probably above normal Cowboy. Now we have Toxic Gunner. It used to be amazing because it was bugged when it first came out. Now it's still not terrible, but it's just not that good either. We'll say below mill base. Sledger, it's either low S tier or high A tier. We'll say low S tier since it's really good at freezing. It's basically Warden except it's multi-target and the freeze is much longer, and it attacks faster, and it does more damage. I'm pretty sure. So basically, low S tier, obviously. Executioner, it's not terrible. It's amazing at clearing out spam, but then late game it just kind of falls off. So we'll say probably below turret. Actually, we'll say above turret. Will be nice. And then last but not least, we have Elf Camp. Elf Camp is basically mill base, but a lot better. However, it can create lag at times, even with the entity update. Because it's a small downside. But otherwise, it's really good. I'll say probably below turret. It's really good at its job, but it's just not necessary, like I said. But this is my tier list. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe guys to the channel if you want to see some more Tower Defense Simulator tier lists, and everybody, peace out.